Hey guys, Bob from Gil Skillz. Today I wanted to scrap something a little different. I actually picked this up from a relative and thought I'd shake it up a little bit. So this is kind of more macro scrapping than micro scrapping. But today we're going to take this apart. This old furnace. And there's all sorts of goodies on it from what I can see. So stay tuned for this exciting episode of Gil Skillz. So right off the bat, I can see a wealth of copper. Oh my God, I'm copper drunk. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So we got some copper going on there. Looks like we got some motors in here. We got some copper bearing motors. We got all sorts of goodies here. Of course, we get a ton of iron. We get a ton of shred steel and perhaps even some light iron. We've got some Romex here. We got some number 2 insulated wire. We've got some galvanized steel. So we've got some galvanized steel here, and from what I saw, we have at least a couple of motors that will have a decent amount of copper in them. So this one here, we got some more galvanized steel here for the blower. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and break out the tools and start taking this thing apart. And I think what I'll do is I'll put them all on here just so that I can lay out everything. This is my workbench for today. We got a little piece of galvanized steel here. I'm just going to put that over here for the moment. Got a decent amount of Romex, that's for sure. Huh, interesting. Right. So this here looks like phone wire. This is number 2 insulated wire. It looks almost like speaker wire, but it came with it. And we got a Romex here, so let me go put that over there and we'll continue. Alright, so get a brass fitting on the end of that, and we've got some brass over here. I got some oil on my Crocs. Oil on my Crocs. Okay. So this is all copper. All copper, except that little piece right there, which is brass. I'm going to turn around and it's a little bit of oil. Sorry, that's a little bit of water coming out of there. So I'll take that off in just a second here. Oh, look at that beautiful, wonderful copper. Let me go grab the tool. I want to take that brass fitting off and we'll continue. Anybody who's done plumbing knows what this is. So basically, this is it's a copper tube cutter, or it's a tube cutter, if you will. So essentially, I don't know how well you're going to see this, but you test this. So essentially, you take the tube and you tighten up the copper here. You tighten that up around the copper, and then you just start twisting it around. And what it'll do is it will start creating like a divot within the copper. Maybe if I can get it to do its thing here. That's better. There we go. And you progressively tighten it as you go. So it cuts deeper and deeper into the copper, and then eventually it just falls off. But what that does for us is it gives me a nice round piece to be able to push that brass through. Or at least I hope it does. I'll get that copper out of there later. But let me go ahead and put this copper over there, and we will continue getting all this stuff out. All right. I highly recommend wearing gloves. My hands are getting dirty. I think I'm going to go grab some gloves. Let's see here. I'm going to put my tools over here. Okay. So. Take that. There's a lot of wire in here. Let's see if I can disconnect that wire from the blower. Well, there's a lot of brass and wire and all sorts of fun stuff in here. Get that the hell out of there. One of those days. Interesting and cool. So that held the temperature. There's going to be a decent amount of brass and stuff in that. Let's go ahead and take that orange. Let's see. Oh man, there's freaking spiders coming out of it. Little mini spiders. This here, I don't think this is aluminum. I think this is magnetic. So I'm going to put that with all the magnetic metal stuff. Hi. Please don't make her bump into the camera.
No, I was trying not to. Well, we're going to go for a walk in the yard.
Okay.
She started darting towards you.
All right.
I only paid $2.12 for the funds, too. I meant to tell you that. You were yelling at me over the door.
Good.
Oh, and Austin wants to know if he can eat your cake.
Austin can have my cake if he wants it.
He's like, whose cake is that? I'm like, it's Daddy's. He didn't even know it was his until I told him. Well, he didn't eat it. I'm like, yeah. Good in the tin.
yet.
Or a different breed would be a different situation, but
More copper.
your breed likes to take off.
Yeah. The correct verbiage is bolt. She likes to bolt.
Walk over there.
That is not metal. That is junk. All right. I'll just put that down there for now. I wasn't anticipating junk. So we got a bunch of brass screws and brass fittings in here. Oh, well, you can see that. But we'll want to take those out at a later time. But I just wanted you to see what was in there. I'm going to try to take out what's left of the copper. I want to put most of the copper in one place. So let's do it. So at this point, let's go ahead and I'm just gonna lightly unscrew, but not all the way unscrew these brass screws so I can get the copper out. Ow. All right. Did I get that bottom one? I did. Wow. All right, fine, I'll just cut it. All right. Copper. Copper. So I guess we will tackle the galvanized steel next. Okie dokie. Oh, I need an extension. That's not gonna work. Oh, I need an extension. I wonder. Nope. I know that ain't gonna be it. I'm not gonna do it. That's too small. Okay. Be right back. I'm getting my exercise going back and forth from the garage. That's for sure. Yes! Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Okay. Let's try that. see if it works. Oh, well, there's one. There's one buried. Oh, you turd monger. That's the problem with old crap. It's a pain in the ass. Yes, you're a good doggy. Yes, you're a good doggy and I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I love you. Yes, I do. You guys remember Moon, right? Galvanized Steel.
Where are we going? In the garage? You want to go through the door?
Yeah, he goes. Okay. Get two on that side. See if we can easily get those out. Hopefully. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right. I guess there isn't two. There might be some on the bottom. And there is. There is. Frig. Okay. This stuff comes right off. Nice galvanized steel, baby. Galvanized. Nice little galvanized. Galvanized steel. Galvanized steel. Galvanized. Galvanized. Galvanized steel.
Ready to go in the house?
Oh, I'll have to wedge that one.
Probably not. Where'd Sky go? She's probably in the woods again. That's what she does.
Oh, that kind of feels like aluminum. I'm gonna have to take a magnet to some of this stuff. Okay, well, I guess we should keep on going.
Alright. Time to go through the maze of poop.
Maze of poop.
Come on. Where you don't walk inside. Kylie! Get out of the woods! You end up getting all over your face.
Getting there, boys and girls. We're getting there slowly but surely. put all them screws and that one little piece of aluminum over here. Aluminum right here. I'm just gonna take my tools and regroup here a little bit. I want to take that whole burner off. So we got brass and whatnot in there. You know what? I probably could get away with separating some of this stuff. The real question is do I want to? And I think the real answer is I don't think so. All right. Imagination. Let me make sure that you guys can still see me, and you can. Good. So I think I'm going to loosen that up. Are you an 11/16? No. I think you're one side. I think you're a 5/8. You 5/8? You are a 5/8. All right. Grab an extension. So we've got the burner and we've got the blower motor. Those are the two remaining really good pieces of steel or iron that's on this thing. Oh yeah, there's one on the other side. I'm surprised for this being outside, as long as it was, that I can hand loosen this. All right. Should be able to come off without a problem now. There we go. All right. We got all sorts of goodies on this burner. See this right here? I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but that right there has a big motor in them there hills. Okay. So now that that's out, this thing should be considerably lighter. I think I'm going to switch gears and take the blower motor out. I'll go put this with the other screws and nuts and bolts. Pardon the plumber's crack. All right. All right. So slowly but surely we are getting there, and I know I keep calling you Shirley, but here we are at the other side. So the only remaining super heavy piece in here is that copper bearing motor and the blower. The blower might be a little heavy, but it shouldn't be that bad. Once I get that off there without a problem there, I should be able to kind of toss this around, get the other screws out for the galvanized steel, and go from there. So let's see, what do I need to get that out? Shame. All right, I'm going to have to cut the belt. And I might be okay with just an adjustable wrench. Let me grab that. That time of year when the bugs start coming out. Oh, okay. All right. Belt is cut. And I got a copper sliver in me. Oh well. It's like a little bumper to prevent the motor from bouncing into the. Hey, Sky. It's like a little bumper to prevent the motor from slipping into the galvanized drum. That's pretty cool. And it's quite possible that that might be stainless steel. Not 100% sure. All right. Oh, interesting. Okay. Because of all the rust and everything, looks like this is pretty much prepared to fall off on its own. Again, thoroughly impressed. That I can thread this. Oh, the bugs are starting to get bad. May's coming, and that's when, you know, those little tiny annoying black flies come out, lovingly called mayflies. And boy, are they a pain. I'd say they're a pain in the ass, but they are quite honestly a pain everywhere. Right. Junk. So. Well, this might very well be a two-parter. There's still a lot more to go. We've got the the main body in there. All right. All right, guys, I'm about to run out of batteries, so this may be a two-parter, it may not be a two-parter, but essentially, here's what we got. We've got galvanized steel, we've got a decent amount of brass fittings and whatnot. We've got some wire, we've got a decent amount of copper piping, a string of that's ferrous. Sometimes those are aluminum, but this is actually ferrous. The majority of this husk is shreddable steel. However, there is some pieces of galvanized steel that I'm going to want to pick and choose and get off of this before I throw it over to Mount Scrapicus. Those are the two big gems that I really wanted because there's two fairly decent sized copper bearing motors there. There's also some copper bearing motors, tinier copper bearing motors over by the control box, if that's the control box there, some brass fittings and whatnot. So yeah, so that's basically it in a nutshell. If you guys like what you've seen here, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, have yourself a scrap happy day. Oh my God. Look at that copper. That copper just... Oh, look at that copper. Look at that red gold.